son of a bitch and fucking probably in, I don't know what that is there, B, probably B1. Hey guys, how's she going today? Well, today's project and yesterday's, we got this all torn apart now. I wasn't here to video it, but Antoine got the cab fan all pulled out of the freightliner here because that motor is fucked. It didn't want to turn on anymore, and we hooked it up to power here, but it's very, very stiff. You can see, you give it a flick and it hardly wants to turn. Like, it's looser now. And then we'd run it for a little bit. We just put power direct to it, and the longer it ran, the stiffer and tighter it got. So it's toast. So we called up, well, you can only get them through Freightliner apparently. The motor is 121 bucks, so not bad. But if you need the squirrel cages with it, and they're plastic, and they're pressed on, so I know they're never going to come off, $850. Oh, isn't that obscene? And where are they? Right here. These are the resistors for it. It only had one speed for the longest time, but they're like beyond fucked. They're 160 bucks for the pair. So what else is there? This is the lens for the dome light. It's toast. $65 for that. Isn't that just unreal? Hood latches. We don't have hood latches, so we asked what the proper ones are from Freightliner. $220 each, so times 2. But anyway, I forgot to wipe down this door. I just noticed that, but I got the rest of it all clean in here, vacuumed, wiped down. I took the compressor and cleaned out in here the best that I could. The heater core was just about solid. So we got that apart and all cleaned out, but to pull all this ducting and everything out, like, we've got all the parts. I don't know where Antoine put them, on the other side of the truck, but there's all your vent work and the ducting, because the fan sits in the middle over here. It took about 4 hours to get that all apart. So he tells me. Fun and games, but it's all made by Mercedes-Benz, and I didn't know that. I knew Freightliner and Mercedes were in bed together, but I didn't know it went back that far. But whatever. So I got that all cleaned out. I reattached the sun visor over there because it was ripped off since we bought it, the previous owner. See, it looks pretty gay without the cover on there. That's no good. Looks pretty dumb. I gotta wire in a new cigarette lighter. Well, phone charger. No one smokes because, I mean, I got an opinion about that, but I don't want to make anyone mad. So, the old one fried out, and Rob just kind of death wired that in so he could keep his phone charged while we were trucking there the last time. So I'm going to wire all that in properly and put it back in the hole here. What else? I think that's about it, actually. So that's what I'm working on right now. And then I guess we'll talk to you again in a bit when I find something else to work on. Alright, so you can see by the door here that the wind grabbed it one day and it blew the mechanism apart inside of here. There was a like a pin and bushing kind of set up through there, so I just drilled the holes out and put a good old grade 5 bolt. I know it's way too long now, but this was all spread apart from when it blew apart, so I needed lots of thread so I could suck everything back up together. But the door opens a little farther yet than it should, but it's not hitting now. So that's an improvement anyways. I also asked about a window crank. I forgot that it was toast, so we'll see what they gotta say about that. And we've got a light over here with a hole in it. Can you see that? Gosh darn rocks anyway. So I already took the 4 screws out. Boy, that's a mess in there, isn't it? Gross. So we got the bezel out. And now there's 4 more tiny screws that hold this tin cover on. So I'm going to undo that, pull the light out, and then we'll see if the local place in town has a replacement. I doubt it, but you never know. Before water gets in there and we're down a headlight and the friendly neighborhood DOT pulls us over and gives us a $7,000 fine because the headlights burned out and he failed to be a police officer, so he's angry and taking it out on us. Where are the little screwdrivers? Down here somewheres. There we go. So, I'm going to get these popped apart. Ooh, I need both hands. There we go. I'll talk to you again here in a few. If I come under here, you're going to try to cut 2 of my fingers off again? It's not appearing to be moving, Tuan. So there she goes. Gonna need new T-bars for that again? Probably. God damn it. It was the back one we changed last time, wasn't it? Back there, or was it? Yeah. Fun and games changing diff seals, eh? Pretty gross looking. Need a pick. Old fan favorite. Wave at the nice people. Look pretty pouring out, so I've seen worse. And it's not made out of hay like it was on the 92 the one summer, so. God, I love the smell of gear oil, eh? Fuck, that's nice. It's almost as good as wet soybeans sitting in the mud puddle. Shit. Anyway, Antoine's got her all hammered apart here now. And got a call from the parts place. Our fan motor should be in tomorrow. But everything else that we need won't be in until next Tuesday. So that's handy. As Kai Farmer Man would say. Right, Twan? Handy. Anyway. So we're going to have to wait for that to show up, I guess. But we've got to change the pinion seals on this. We have the parts here for that. And we're going to put a new universal in. Because it's pretty well fucked. And after Antoine got it out, that just about finished it off. So, right, Twan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Twan's getting played out. What are you looking for? Should we tell them the story? How you tried to cut my fingers off? They've seen all video here. Band-aids on 2 of them. Tell the story, Twan.
Just slipped.
Slipped with?
Knife.
Slipped with the X-Acto knife. Could have been worse. Not like straight pipe missing the whole finger there. Just like the natives did, and you scalped one of them a little bit. So, hell well. And then these are weights we picked up. If you remember this spring when we went on our big road trip with the towing truck and went to that wrecker that was closing up. We got a smoking deal on these. They're going to go on the back of the 895, and we're painting them black so they match the other weights that are on there. So we're going to have like 2 full racks of weights up on the back of that tractor. So that'll be kind of nice when you're going around sloughs with the toolbar of the air seeder, and then 400 bushels of seed, and then what, 20-some thousand pounds of anhydrous in that cart, 110 feet behind it. It starts to pull the ass of the tractor sideways when you're going around potholes. So we're going to try to get a bit more weight on the back, and if that's still not enough, we're going to fill the outside duals half full of calcium inside the tubes. And then we're also looking into giving it a 10 to 15% boost in the horsepower department, just like the 835 has. And then this whole girl over here, there's a few parts in for it, but we're still waiting on other stuff. We are waiting on a book to come, unless one of you guys can tell us, but we need to know where to test hydraulic pressures at on these tractors. It's a synchro range and not a power shift, but it's hydraulic pressure to engage your PTO clutch. And it's only turning at half speed, so that's why we're wondering if it's not a pressure problem somewhere, but we're not sure where you tie onto to test your pressures, because the valve body's not on the outside, it's not external, it's internal on these. So we're waiting on that book to come, the tech manual, to know how to test. So that's why you didn't really see too much more about this. We're waiting on some information to show up. So, but other than that, I've done a bunch of work on the cab and whatnot, but I'm going to save that for the video about it, and we'll stick to this. But other than that, we're waiting on parts to come, and it's pretty well supper time, so we'll probably finish this job tomorrow. But really about all I have to tell you, so I guess I'll leave you with an image of Antoine scraping grime off a diff. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more, leave a comment, and what should they do after that, Twan? Come back again?
Go see Straight Pipe.
Go see Straight Pipe Acres, Twan says. I guess that must be his favorite channel. I know he likes old Ed there with his 4010 at Goslin Farms, so go check him out too. There's all kinds of good ones. So anyway, thank you much for watching. We'll talk to you guys in the next one.